Welcome to your cross-check. You are going to be assessed among 26 items, or tasks, or marks, however you want to say them. To pass, you need, let's make sure I say this correctly because I haven't done one of these for a while, you need 23 out of 26 to pass. Each section has a pass mark, which can be used if required. Typically we just go out the number of total, though obviously if you do 0, 0, 0, 0, 1 section, then that's the point where we redo this section, for example.
Okay.
You are able to retake certain components to a certain extent. Again, it's something like, if you do not pass tons and tons of things, then it's going to be a thing where we just do another cross-check. If you're missing 2 or 3 marks, then we'll go and reattempt, whether that be theory questions or practical.
Okay.
Some other information, so obviously I'm going to be asking you to do certain things. There is no time period that I want you to be doing it. You always want to be conducting yourself in a safe manner more than anything else. So for example, if I ask you to turn right, you're not going to turn right straight away without having any safety regard. You're going to turn right in your own time. You can turn right an hour after I said it if you really want. Now I can't confirm whether I'll be still on server at that point, but to the rules, you can do that.
Yeah.
If you want me to repeat anything I've told you or asked you, then you can just ask, as always. But yes, the main thing about this is safety, right? If you completely mess up in a manoeuvre, but it's an extremely safe manoeuvre, but if you completely mess up a manoeuvre and then it's completely safe with no problems, then that's what I want, rather than doing a manoeuvre perfectly, but then it turning out to be really unsafe for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So your safety is your priority. Don't worry about any traffic communication at all. I'm not assessing it. I would not like you to be on it. I advise maybe switching radios off net where you're not going to be hearing anyone during your cross-check, just so you can focus on that. If there is any aircraft or anyone needs to be talking to, I will sort that out rather than you.
Okay.
And if you need a break at any time, just need to set it down, please again let me know, and we can do so. Though I would not like to be doing any off-field landings today, so ideally we won't be wanting that during our phase over the water.
Yep.
Otherwise, any questions on any of that?
No, I don't think so.
Cool. Okay, so we have, let's have a look. We have 5 different sections. We have our helicopter flight controls and aerodynamics of flight. We have hovering and taxiing. We have travel patterns, takeoff and landing, straight and level flight, and emergency procedures and landings. We will be doing in the order of your choice for the start. We can either do hovering at the start or hovering at the end. And then from there, we will go through from the top to the bottom. So if you wanted to do hovering now, start, we can do that. Or you want to do hovering at the end, we can do that as well. Just need to let me know.
I'll do it at the start, please.
Okay. Cool, right. If no other questions, we'll jump right into it.
Are we putting out the vehicle markers for this? So there was 2 vehicle markers we could put out?
Yes. We need to go through our theory questions first, and then we'll go into our hovering.
Okay.
So, we'll jump straight into our theory questions. So to begin, I would like you to state a flight control and name its function.
The cyclic controls the attitude of the aircraft, pitch, roll, and bank. And that is for, say, controlling the speed of the aircraft, basically, and its direction. One of them,
cool.
Anyway.
Okay, and now I'd like you to explain what the collective does, please.
Collective controls the height, it basically just the angle of the main rotor to therefore increase and decrease lift.
Alright. And can you name all 4 forces acting on an aircraft?
Yeah, lift, weight, drag, thrust.
Okay. And then can you recall one state of rotary flight and explain what it is?
Straight and level, flying on a bearing, maintaining the same height.
Cool. And now we'll move into our hovering. Yeah, our hovering. So feel free to spool us up.
Okay.
If you wanted to go forward and around, or get yourself in a hover from a certain angle, feel free to. I don't mind if you fly like 100 meters north and then turn around. Whatever you need to do to get up yourself into a nice stable hover for the start, please.
Okay, so hovering over this pad.
Yep.
Okay, spooling. Okay. Right, power coming on.
Alright, that is our hovering done. If you'd like to move us over the whole pad, if you want to turn around and get us all, get yourself all a little bit, what's the word, reorientated or whatever, then let me know when you are ready to start going into some of the turns.
Okay.
Cool. Whenever you're ready, I'd like a 90-degree hover turn. A 90-degree hover turn to the left, please. Don't know if I got cut out or something.
You did cut out, yeah, but it's not.
Yeah.
Got you.
90-degree hover turn to the left whenever you're ready, please.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to give you a minute to get yourself
Yeah, we'll try and get back over
in
the path.
place. And whenever you're ready, I'd like a 180-degree hover turn to the right, please.
Okay, 180 right.
Alright, and whenever you're ready, I'd like a 360-degree hover turn to the left, please.
Okay, 360 left.
Alright, I'll give you a minute to get back over the hold pad.
Okay.
Cool, I'd like a turn to a bearing of 185, please. So a turn to bearing of 185.
Turning 185.
Alright, and that is just done for our hovering. So I'd like you to follow my red line on your C-tab. I want to pop this all in group channel. We're working group channel, if you can change it while flying.
Yep, done.
I'd like you to taxi via Alpha, then taxi via 04 left, up to the end of 04 left, and then land on Golf. I'd like you to move into an air taxi at the perpendicular red line, and then move into a hover taxi at your discretion to land on Golf Taxiway.
Okay. Understood.
So a hover taxi into our perpendicular red line. Other taxiing sometimes feels really slow.
Yeah, it does.
And now once we get to our perpendicular line, air taxi please. And now air taxiing seems slow. It's funny, isn't it? So sometimes the Chinook feels slow, but you know, it's perception, I guess.
So I have to trust the speed things, because sometimes I feel like I'm going really slow.
Yeah,
So it's really tempting to speed up, but then you just bust the line.
And yeah, your discretion to come back into a hover taxi. We want to be landing on the Golf taxiway, not entering 22 left.
Okay.
And then once we land, keep the engines spooled and we'll just do something quickly. So, I'd like you to open your map, make sure on group channel, and I'd like you to draw your own travel pattern in purple, and also then label each leg. It will be left-hand pattern over the water. Please ignore the pre-one on the map, make it however you want. This will be the one I would like you to be following, so draw it as you wish, give you extended downwind or whatever you would like.
Yep.
And then I just want the names, I don't really worry about anything else. In purple, ideally.
You want it in purple?
Yes, ideally.
Change it. Okay, and then double click.
That is a very neat travel pattern, I'm going to say. Whenever I draw it, it's terrible.
A little bit OCD.
I like it. It's so neat. Neat as I've seen in one of these.
Okay.
Cool. Alright. So, we're going to jump out of our map. Now I'd like you to bring us up to a hover.
Okay.
Hover over the threshold of 2-2 left. And then when you're ready in a hover, we're going to take off from a hover into our pattern, and we're going to go around our pattern and I'll tell you your landing details after that.
Okay, we'll do. Power coming on.
And yeah, whenever you're ready. Right, so proceed with the traffic pattern. Once you are, so you're going to be coming in and performing a landing on the threshold of the runway, so surface landing. So yeah, go around your traffic pattern and then surface landing, so skids on the deck, please.
Okay.
and we just reached halfway through the cross-check.
Okay.
Marks-wise, not time-wise, because obviously some of the stuff takes a bit longer, but yes. I do love your travel pattern. It's just very kind of, yeah, neat and tidy out of the way. And just a final reiteration, it's going to be a surface landing, skids on deck.
Yep, public surface landing, skid on deck.
Alright, I'd like to take off from the surface into our circuit, please.
Okay, power coming on.
And you'll be coming in and landing into a hover over the surface of threshold now.
Okay.
I don't particularly mind what altitude, maybe just go for about 10 metres, whatever suits you.
Okay.
As long as your hover isn't your current altitude and you just fly forward and stop. Right. Alright, and whenever you're ready, I feel free to take off from the hover. Up our initial, down our crosswind, and then you've got a blue line out from your crosswind, and I'd like you to be 100, 100 going into that blue line, please.
Okay.
Your crosswind should be enough time just to get yourself all sorted on 100, 100. Don't stress if you don't though, I'm fine if you go a bit over, not 100, 100. But yeah, 100, 100 on the blue line, following it down south, please. Alright, and we've just got a blue line down south. Alright, at the end of this blue line I'd like you to move to a bearing of bearing of 180, increasing altitude to... Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm writing it down, waiting for you to...
Ah, cool. Right, just watch your speed and altitude, please.
Yep.
Bearing 180, increasing altitude to 150, speed constant.
150, 100.
But I'd like to be 100 before you start this manoeuvre, please.
Yes.
So yeah, bearing 180, increasing altitude to 150 metres, speed constant. So speed 100, altitude 150, and bearing of 180. Alright, can we now turn to a bearing of 120, keeping everything else constant. So just bearing 120, please.
Okay.
Right, and I'd like you to turn to a bearing of 020, keeping our speed constant and increasing our altitude to 100 metres. So speed 100, altitude 100, and bearing 020. Alright, now I'm going to draw you a blue line up to our downwind. Feel free to fly at any height, any altitude you want. It won't be assessed. If you want to fly at 2 meters at 1,000,000 miles per hour, go for it. Just get us up towards that downwind. And we'll be moving into our emergency procedures. So I'll talk more in detail about what I want from you when we're on our downwind. I'm going to quickly run and grab a drink.
Yeah.
So don't fly too fast that I come back and you're already down on the ground. But yeah, I'll be back in literally 1 minute. And I'm back.
Hello.
And then once we go onto our downwind, you can resume all kind of examination conditions flying again.
Yep.
So you still have time for a barrel roll.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
I think you would end up in the water.
Yeah.
Alright, so for our first emergency procedure, I'd like you to be over the threshold at 100, 100, please.
100.
I never got your aircraft in editable objects, so let's try and do that from here, and I've got it. And we've got 1.2 kilometres to the start of 22 left.
Mhm.
Cool. Let's stop at that beeping. Make sure collective's set to
Yeah, sit, steer
0. Cool. Would you like some fuel, or are you happy without?
I'm happy without.
Cool.
I'm not going to use it.
Cool. Right. All damage gone. Looks like it.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. I'd like you to bring us up into a hover of about 30 metres, please.
Okay.
Alright, and now I'd like you to proceed into landing. 22 left with your terror rotor failure.
Copy.
And feel free to not follow flight plan if you don't want to. Your choice if you want maybe a longer downwind or the rest.
Yeah.
Alright, while I fix the bird, and I'll give this all this time, can you tell me about the other method of landing with an anti-torque rotor failure?
I can go for the main engine rotor failure, same as the first engine failure we had. I could, put it in that way.
Okay, cool. Alright, if you want to bring us up into a hover and start heading back to the pad we started at, so just continue down the runway as we were facing a minute ago, then we go off the Echo? Yes, Echo taxiway onto Alpha and then go around to our pad.
Is that air taxi or hover taxi?
Can we do a hover taxi, please?
Probably hover taxi. Oh, I can remember that.
Alright.
One of us is hurt.
Yeah, will you not?
I don't know. What's that? No, I'm alright.
I have just healed us.
Okay.
No, I have blood on my screen, so if you didn't then...
No, I didn't know.
Cool, right. Feel free to continue down. If you want to get into an air taxi and go the way the air taxi, go for it.
Okay. Power coming on.
That's all of our objectives completed, so we're just going to head back to pad, and then we'll go through stuff.
Okay. Echo's the one coming up, isn't it?
Yes. The one on the right here.
Yeah, I'll stop bringing this back down.
And yeah, once we're on pad, spool us down, and then we go through.
Understood.
Cool.
Days, right, spooling down.
Alright. We'll go for it then. So, currently we are on 22 out of 26, so we need to find one more objective to complete, which I'm pretty confident in we can do. So I'm going to tell you the ones we have currently not put a mark in, and then I'll let you decide of which one you would like to attempt, and then if we don't do that one, we'll choose another one, and then if not from there, we will call another cross check another day.
Alright.
Actually, no, sorry. We'll do a whole other section of the exam to then get you it. So, for example, we might do hovering and taxiing all over again, and then we'll move through. So,
Okay.
Currently we are missing objective of recalling one state of rotary flight and explaining, performing a 90-degree hover turn, turning to a bearing, and then is able to produce a decreasing altitude hover turn. Decreasing altitude turn with straight level flight. Those are the four.
Okay.
So yeah, recalling a state of rotary flight and explaining, and then 90-degree hover turn, and turning to a bearing, and then the straight level flight. So if you'd like to pick one to reattempt.
Yeah. State of rotary flight, hover. Is to position the helicopter in a controlled manner over a set position, being aware of objects around you.
It's not what I'm looking for. It's not.
I don't actually know what the answers are for this.
Yeah, it's not what I'm looking for, unfortunately.
Do you
I would say let's go for the hovering again.
Yeah.
90-degree turn and whatnot.
Alright.
So feel free to spoiler up, and
Okay.
we'll do the same as we did before. Go forward or go backwards and get yourself all sorted over the hover pad, and then we'll go for our turn.
Alright, cool. Spooling. Just gonna drink some water first.
Absolutely.
It's in game because he's dying. It's very orange.
Oh, mine's fine actually.
Well, I'd been on for a little bit before he jumped on.
Ah, yeah, true.
Okay.
Let's see. Get yourself comfortable with the hover pad, and let me know when you're ready. Again, feel
Okay.
free to fly for miles out and then come back in if you want. Do whatever you need.
Okay.
Okay, whenever you're ready, I would like a 90-degree hover turn, whatever direction you choose.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it left.
Cool. That's us pass the cross check.
Hooray!
Awesome.
Was-
So yeah, feel free to pop her down and spool her down.
Yep.
And there we go. Cool. Right, I'm going to get your wings in.
Hooray!
And then we'll just need to schedule a initiation course. I mean, I'd love before next Wednesday. But it depends on your timing.
Yep. You just put it down without killing us now.
There.
Go forward, crying out loud. Right, there we go. I did some hover practice before starting that, and they were bang on. And I was like, yeah, I'm really happy with that. Fantastic. The second I started, I was just like, oh, hands shaking.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say at the end. I think I caught you on a bad day. Let's go through the stuff. So yeah, recall one state of rotary flying explain. What I'm looking for is either a normal thrusting state, an auto-rotated state, and a vortex ring state.
Oh, yeah.
And
So
give an
I was never
explanation
going to
for
give you any of them.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're trying to move the hovering and stuff. But the thing is, that normal thrusting state kind of covers both, and it's yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting that question at all.
And then both hovers were just too much induced drift.
Yeah.
And then our decreasing altitude when turning, you went over speed by 2 kilometers per hour.
Right.
But yeah, that's everything. So yeah, main thing is now moving on to Chinook. Obviously, we can get a Chinook course done, and then we'll start you flying on server, which would be amazing.
Yeah.
My biggest thing to say really is just really, I presume you're on tomorrow.
Yes.
Really, watch what Griff's doing with his controls and the rest, and what he's doing, how he's pitching the bird, how he's approaching HLSs and stuff, and really trying to focus on that, and obviously do some Chinook flying, in your spare time. But then yeah, we'll get you all sorted out with that, and then up to pilot officer, and up to getting some good training on server.
Yeah.
So that is really everything. There's no other questions. I'm just writing up your badge